I hit a log and bike stopped and I kept going. And the ground was frozen and I got run right into the ground over my handlebars and my whole body went numb upon impact. It was the scariest thing because I knew something in me told me that everything had just changed in a second.
I was riding with Jeff Johnson, Dr. Johnson, who's the vice chair of emergency medicine, then happened to get a phone call that Ed was in trouble. We kind of got a size up of the situation that he truly was not able to move anything at all and was indeed paralyzed, and at that point just knew we needed to make sure that we kept things stabilized and looked after him while we waited for EMS to arrive.
My phone rang and I answered it, and when it came up Benoit, who's Ed's biking buddy, Killer B. So I knew immediately there was something wrong and my heart was racing, and I just said, "Hi Benoit." I said, "Is he okay?" And he said, "He took a fall." He said, "It's really bad."
In talking to Ed and talking to his wife Sarah, one of the things that came up is we're hearing a lot from family and outside forces, like, is this something that we would go into town? And I think that's an extremely reasonable question. And that's something that we face all the time. I felt strongly that this is a patient that we could do an excellent job taking care of here.
And when Dr. Stephen came in and said, he can't transfer, he's not stable enough to transfer, I was like, thank you, because this decision was made for us. And it was the right one.
It felt good to do it in a setting where I had people around me that I trusted, that I knew were doing the best for him. And the surgery itself went very well, and we were able to stabilize his neck, open up the area around his spinal cord, and get him back to the intensive care unit.
I think early on the team, myself included, the critical care team, really tried to frame it for both Ed and Sarah and the family that he's going to do better in one area and there'll be improvements, but there's going to be setbacks.
And they also told me recovery is like climbing a mountain. It's not linear. When you're climbing a mountain, you go up and you go down into the valley. You go back up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down until you finally reach the summit. And we don't know where the summit would be, but we can tell you that we will take care of everything that challenges him. And that's exactly what they did.
I guess I was setting a trend between, starting with a broken neck and then pulmonary embolisms and then pneumonia and then COVID and then peg tube infections. Like, what's next, right?
We gave him some antibiotics and his infection improved with his feeding tube, and I was very glad, and I think both Ed and Sarah were very happy that he didn't have to return to the operating room.
I mean, this is life-altering, what we're going through, and your team helped me find the right paths for all the administrative, logistical stuff that I needed to take care of, and it's a lot. I had Jeannie, I had Trish, I had the doctors and the nurses who kept me up to date on everything. I don't know whether you guys are just too good at your jobs or you guys just have a special sauce, because I felt supported when I was at South Shore.
Everybody expressed empathy and understood the gravity of what I was going through, and they provided as much moral support as well as medical care, certainly.
We just connected and our personalities matched, and they were going through such a very challenging time that I tried to just use my compassion and use my nursing skills and the gifts that I've been given to help guide them in that experience. Just to see Ed's progress from the moment he came to us to when he left for Spalding was very rewarding, and I think it was a connection of why we do what we do, and we need that every once in a while.
Trish, the case manager, she took us on. She said, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to get him into Spalding.
Ed clearly needed a place that provides spinal cord injury care and care neurologically for his conditions and situations. So there are very few facilities that can do this. And so I know that I personally wanted to make sure that I could do my best in the present while facilitating and moving the discharge plan forward, because it was just a way to stay focused and make sure that we were doing the best we can at the time. So I hope I did that for her and Ed.
And I'm going to say it was a day and a half later. I was out in my car taking a break, and she called me. And she said, we're in.
So yeah, I feel really good about where I am. And having come home and made the strides that I've made recently at home, I'm really hopeful for what lies ahead.
They saved him, they saved me, they saved us. From the nurses to the doctors to the surgical teams to Jeannie and Trish, the heartfelt thanks.
Oh, South Shore Hospital absolutely saved my life. Most C3, C4 fractures, which is what I had, don't live to give this interview. I can only attribute it to the care that I received at South Shore. I just don't know what I did to deserve the good fortune for the care that I've had.